Alrighty, what's up everybody? Peter Joseph here for another video right here on the former home of the Gilmore Chronicles, now known as the Shadow's Lair. So I'd like to welcome you once again inside the dark and evil Shadow's Lair. This is episode 69 of the Shadow's Lair series. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like the video and subscribe right now to my channels, which are in my pants. They're in my pants, otherwise known as the description box below. And as always, follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. But you gotta be real. If you're not, get a life. Please, for the love of God, get a life. And do something with your life. Instead of being assholes on YouTube and social media, just get a life. But in any case, if you're a real person and you're not a douchebag, then you can subscribe to my channels and my social media. Also, share the video all over the internet. Don't forget to tap and slap that bell. Treat it like it's you know what. And turn on all notifications so you don't miss a goddamn thing. And that's pretty much it. So like, share, subscribe, leave a comment if you wish, and all that other good shit. Let me move on. Alright, on this early Saturday afternoon, the first day of July, as we start a new month. So happy July to you. And see how July goes for all you people. Hope you have a great Saturday afternoon, wherever you may be. 4th of July weekend. Already starting with a good old-fashioned Gilmore Cutter like bang! But we got fireworks went off last night. More tonight, more tomorrow, more Monday, more Tuesday, and more through the rest of the summer, most likely. That's the way it is. So, get ready for it and have a safe and happy 4th of July. And try not to blow yourselves up. But for some of you, you need to blow yourselves up. But I digress on that. So, anyway, on this early Saturday afternoon, we got Money in the Sperm Bank coming up in about a little over an hour. So we got that Money in the Bank from Jolly Old England, love. That crappy country that is. So we got all that. And a bag of chips. So, as the title below says, on episode 69 of the Shadow's Lair, I'm going to give you my Money in the Bank predictions. Like I said, Money in the Bank comes your way in just under an hour from now. From the O2 Arena in London, England. Should be a pretty decent show. Not really looking forward to it. Except for maybe the women's ladder match, which I hope Io wins. Maybe the Civil War match with the Usos and Solo and Roman. We'll see what happens with that. But as I always do in my predictions videos, I'm going to give you the rundown of the matches. I only got 7 matches on this show, but the Money in the Bank ladder matches will be the longer matches, of course. Plus the entrances and everything else. So this pay-per-view should end right before 6 o'clock Eastern Time. And then we got Collision coming up later tonight at 8 o'clock. That's taped. Not live this week, but it's taped. From Ontario, Canada, and all that. So, I'm going to give you my predictions, and then later on I will do a review, and then maybe later tonight, maybe your Collision review. So, you might get a triple threat of videos coming your way tonight. And then tomorrow, before I go out and do my errands for 4th of July weekend, it's Sunday, so I usually go out and do other things on Sunday. So, I'm going to give you my SmackDown and Rampage review separately, of course. And that's pretty much it. We'll go back to live shows probably in September, but not right now. And it's not because of those idiot trolls. They can go suck a dick, but it is what it is. But we will go back to live shows most likely in September. So about 2 more months, and we'll be back to live shows. And that's it. Alright, so here's my predictions for Money in the Bank. Let's start off with the Women's Tag Team title match. We have the champs, The Hot Rod, Ronda Rousey, and Shayna Baszler defending against former champions Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Should be a pretty interesting match. Ronda and Shayna winning the belts a couple weeks ago from the NXT Tag Team Champions, and then the former Women's Champions. That was Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. And then, after they won the belts, Raquel Raquel gets on the mic, says, "We want our titles shot back. We want our rematch." And Shayna is like, "Well, who you got? Everybody's left you, Aaliyah." Shotzi's left her. But Liv Morgan comes back, and we thought Liv was going to be out for like 6 months with her shoulder injury, but I guess it wasn't that serious. And she comes back, and last night on Raw, on SmackDown, I should say, they had a pretty interesting brawl with the champs. And now it's going to come to a head, and we'll see if Liv and Raquel can get the belts back for, I believe, the second time. But I don't think it's going to happen. I'm going to go with Ronda and Shayna to pick up the victory. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So they're going to get the win and retain the titles. And that's pretty much it. Let me move on with that. All right. Let's go to what's going to be the main event tonight. I don't know why this is the main event. It should be Roman, but this is going to be the main event, per Michael Cole said last night on SmackDown. We got, Cody! MDK all day, Cody! Cody Rhodes taking on the man himself, the man who knows more about hard time than Cody Rhodes and his dad, Dusty Rhodes, make a dream, baby. That is Dom Dominic Mysterio, who will have Mommy Rhea Ripley at ringside. Should be a pretty interesting match. I'm going with Dom to win because Brock Lesnar is rumored to be at Money in the Bank, and he will cost Cody Rhodes the match, and that in turn will set up their third and possible final match at SummerSlam, which could be a First Blood match or a Hell in a Cell match. It's going to be some type of match that we haven't seen in a long time. So I'm thinking it's going to be First Blood. But then again, it could be, it could be a Fight Pit match. It could be, a Lion's Den match. Because we haven't seen those in a while. We haven't seen a Buried Alive match. So we'll see what happens with that when we get to Monday Night Raw on Monday. And as we roll on to the next pay-per-view, which is SummerSlam, August the 5th, which is a month from now. So, we got that. So, like I said, my prediction is going to be Dom, thanks to Brock Lesnar. So, Dom will pick up probably his most important win in his career, and it will shut the mouth of Cody Rhodes. And that's pretty much it. And we move on. Alright, so after that, we go to the Intercontinental title with the longest reigning champion in the modern era, and he's about to beat the Honky Tonk Man's record, and that is Walter of Imperium. So Walter will defend against the great weed man himself, and that's Matt Riddle. Riddle has shown a different side to himself we haven't seen before. He's mean. He's beating the fuck out of Marcel Barthel. Broke his leg. Well, not break his leg. Kind of injured him. But then, not Marcel Barthel. Fabian Aichner, I should say. Injured him. And then he came back last week and tried to cost, and helped, I believe it was Walter take out Riddle. So we had all that. So Riddle gets another title shot. It's in Walter's home country, not home country, but, the fans are going to be electric for Walter. And I'm thinking Walter is going to retain. He's going to break the Honky Tonk Man's record for longest reign ever. I don't know. I think it's like 470-something days that Honky Tonk Man won. I think he's held it for like over almost 2 years. But Walter's held it for almost 1 year right now. So I'm going to go with Walter to pick up the victory over Matt Riddle. There is no way, no how that Riddle is going to dethrone Walter. But, we'll have to see what happens with that. And we move on. And that's pretty much it. Alright. So then we're going to go to the Money in the Bank ladder match. Did I miss a match here? I got that one. Oh, let's go to, before we get to the ladder matches, let's go to the World Heavyweight Championship match being defended 7 years in the making. Seth freaking Rollins defending against Finn Balor. So Seth won at Night of Champions from AJ Styles. He got the inaugural belt. And then he's basically a workhorse champion, beating guys like Damian Priest, and other people. And Finn's like, well, I want my shot. I want my revenge from 7 years ago when I won the Universal title and then had to give it up 24 hours later because of an injury. And Seth got it right back, Seth wanted to prove that he's a dominant workhorse champ and everything. And as we saw the last couple weeks, and even at the house shows, Finn has been a real pest to Seth freaking Rollins, attacking him from behind, beating him down, beating the fucking shit out of him. But it's gonna come to a head tonight, or tonight, whatever you may be. I'm gonna go with Seth freaking Rollins to retain. I just think that Finn Balor is gonna be leaving the Judgment Day, and in turn go on a solo run. JD McDonough is gonna come in to replace him in Judgment Day, and we'll see what happens with that. So I'm gonna go with Seth freaking Rollins to get the win and shut Finn Balor up, and prove that 7 years in the make, 7 years ago, he's still a fluke, But maybe we'll see Finn with the face paint and everything, Carnage, Finn Balor, and or maybe Jack the Ripper, Finn Balor, because we're in England, so we'll see what happens with that. How he comes out with his entrance. And that's pretty much it. Alright, so Seth freaking Rollins will retain the title, and that's it. Alright, then we go to the Money in the Bank ladder matches. Go to the women. We got Zelina Vega, Becky Lynch, Zoe Stark, Bayley, give me a hug, my third wife, Io Shirai, or Io Sky, and the beautiful, lovely Trish Stratus in her first Money in the Bank ladder match. Should be good. Probably a lot of, hopefully not too scary spots. I know with Trish, I don't think he's going to do a lot of big spots or anything like that. So I'm a little bit worried about Zelina. I'm a little bit worried about Becky and Zoe and Bayley. Bayley's been in a couple of Money in the Bank ladder matches. Io has been in ladder matches galore, and I'm worried about her. Taking really scary bumps off the ladder, and it's going to be hard hitting like the men's will. But in the end, I'm going to go with my gut, and from what I said months ago, that Io will win Money in the Bank and then cash in on Asuka, who retained last night thanks to Bianca, just getting really pissy, and the match was thrown out. Asuka's still your women's champion, but there might be a triple threat match maybe coming up at SummerSlam. And I think if that does happen, I think Asuka will beat Charlotte and Bianca, retain, but in the process get really hurt, and then Io will come in and fight Asuka and win the belt at SummerSlam. So Io, I believe, will win the Money in the Bank and then cash in at SummerSlam and become the new women's champion and hopefully hold it for a very long time. But we'll see what happens with that. So I'm going with Io to win the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. And that's it. And then the eventual breakup of her and Bayley from Damage Control. That's that. Alright, then we go to the men. We got Ricochet, Shinsuke Nakamura, Eli Drake. That's an insult. That's a fact of life. Santos Escobar, the LWO, Butch of the Brawling Brutes, Damian Priest of Judgment Day, and that idiot Logan Paul. Now, the finish of this is going to be between really Vince McMahon, who wants Logan Paul to win, and Triple H, who wants somebody else to win, like Eli Drake. So, I think it's going to come to either somebody says it in the ring, or Vince and Hunter can come to a solution, and a good solution. So I'm going to go with my original pick, and that's going to be Eli Drake. LA Knight is going to win, and I don't think he's going to cash in yet. But I don't think he's going to cash in on Seth Rollins. But you never know. But I would hope Eli does win. Does he get the title? I don't know. So we'll see what happens with that. But I'm going to go with Eli Drake to win the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, and then probably hold off on it for a little bit, then cash in, maybe win, and become your new World Heavyweight Champion. But we'll see what happens with that. He deserves it. The fans love him. So I think if he wins, it's going to be a humongous pop. He's going to get a massive pop if he wins. But if Logan Paul wins, it's over. It's over. The WWE is done. You give it to this schmuck, and then he's going to try to beat Seth Rollins at SummerSlam? No. Logan Paul should not be World Heavyweight Champion at all. And if he does, you know Vince McMahon is going to get destroyed by everybody in the wrestling community. That's that. It's apple juice, by the way. So we get that. And we move on. Alright, so Eli Drake will win that. Then we go to what should have been the main event. The Bloodline Civil War Tag Team title match. We got the Bloodline, well, the remnants of the Bloodline, our Tribal Chief. Whoop your ones. We have to acknowledge the Tribal Chief. That's Roman Reigns. And Solo, me bookie, Solo Sikoa with the wise man Paul Heyman at ringside. Taking on the Usos, Jimmy and Jay. You know, it's been 3 years in the making, and the Bloodline were the most dominant force faction in all of professional wrestling. Even as to go so far as almost eclipse the NWO. But not as great as the NWO, but just saying. And the Four Horsemen and everybody else. Had a great 3-year run. Tag titles galore with the Usos. Winning them for the 9th time and everything. Roman getting the undisputed belt, now getting the big gold belt. Well, not the big gold belt, you know. But becoming the undisputed WWE champion. Or whatever it is, the undisputed champion. And, you know, there were cracks in the Bloodline ever since really before Survivor Series with Sammy there, and then Sammy in turn tells Roman, like, and Cody telling us that you're gonna be a lonely man on you know the island of relevancy. So Sammy left. He turned on him at the Royal Rumble, got beat, stack a pin. That's what happens when you turn on the Tribal Chief. You know, and now Jimmy turned at Night of Champions, and then a Backlash, and then in turn Jay a couple weeks ago said, "You're out. Well, I'm out too." And then he kicks Roman right in the face, and then in turn the Usos leave the Bloodline, even though they're saying we the ones. And now going back to the welcome to the Uso Penitentiary. So it's gonna come to a head in a little bit, and there's always a but, and it stinks. But I'm gonna go with Roman and Solo, even though Solo, they're kind of really teasing Solo to eventually turn on Roman, and Roman, all he has left is the wise man, who in turn might turn on him, maybe by the Royal Rumble. But I think Solo is going to stay loyal to the Tribal Chief for another couple months, and then in turn he probably will win. I think it's going to be him or Walter winning the Royal Rumble. And if Solo does win the Royal Rumble, he will then turn on the Tribal Chief, and then he will challenge Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia for the world title, or the undisputed title. Does he win? Probably not. But I think that's what the storyline is leading to. But we shall see what happens with that. So I'm going to go with Roman and Solo to win. If the Usos win, I don't think that Roman is going to get pinned just yet. And I think after this, we're going to see Roman take on Jimmy or Jay or both of them 2-on-1 at SummerSlam. Smash, stack, pin them. Continue his long reign as champ going towards 1,100 days, which will be in September at Payback. Bray Wyatt might come back around that time, and we'll see Bray Wyatt against Roman 3 years later, but we all know what's going to happen there. Roman's going to smash, stack, pin The Fiend, or whatever version Bray Wyatt comes. And, the next really big step is 1,095 days, which will be breaking Pedro Morales' 3-year reign. Or, I don't know what it is, 1,095 days is a special day. Breaking some with Pedro Morales. I thought he already broke that record. Now, I think Pedro Morales had another record at 1,095 days. Maybe cumulatively, I don't know, but... And then after that... When Roman passes 1,100, the next on the list is Hulk Hogan, brother, with his 3-year reign at 1,250. And then he'll eventually, if he passes that, the next big goal is the 5-year reign that Hogan had with the WWF title, which he lost, I believe, in 1988, I believe, doing WrestleMania 4. But we shall see what happens with that. But in the end, I think the end of this match is going to be Roman and Solo standing over a broken down Usos team, and they're going to continue on. And Roman's going to be happy. We're all going to be happy. Issa will be happy, and everybody else will be happy. Because the bloodline, Roman and Solo will stay intact and defeat the Usos. 1, 2, 3, and that's pretty much all I got to say about that. Alright, so that's my predictions, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, I got Walter to beat Matt Riddle. I got Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler to retain over Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Roman and Solo to beat the Usos. Seth freaking Rollins to retain over Fiend Balor. I got Dominic Mysterio to beat Cody Rhodes. EO to win the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. And in the men, I got L.A. Knight or Eli Drake to win there. So that's my predictions. Let me know what your predictions are for the pay-per-view coming up in about 58 minutes. So I'm going to get ready for that. Get my, I'm going to have my sensible lunch and just get ready for a good 3 hours of action starting at 3 o'clock Eastern Time, 57 minutes from now. So by the time this video goes up, the pay-per-view will be starting. And that's pretty much it. Alright, everybody, I gotta go. Thanks for watching. I'm Peter Joseph signing off for episode 69 of the Gilmore Chronicles. And that's pretty much it. I will do another video on July 4th, my July 4th vlog for episode 70 of the Shadows Lair series. And that's pretty much it. So have a safe weekend, everybody. And I'll talk to you again next time. Peace. Bye.